Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor McFadden, and I am here with Situate High School's school psychologist, Mr. Howley. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Howley. First off, what is your role with students at Situate High School?
So I am employed by the Special Education Department at Situate Public Schools. So I have two roles. One is I provide counseling and consultation services to students and families. The other role is I help with the IEP development, so students with special education needs and identifying their learning challenges, whether it be dyslexia or ADHD, emotional impairments, etc.
So, why did you choose to become a school psychologist?
I was originally working in finance and hated my job, and always had a respect and passion for education, and originally was looking to become a history teacher until I realized that standing in front of 30 adolescents scared the bejesus out of me. So I went back to my training in psychology undergrad, and just through research and self-exploration found this field that I honestly didn't know existed, and took a leap of faith and went to graduate school for it, and have just grown and developed in positions since then. But I never had a vision of becoming, I didn't even know the position existed when I was younger, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and can you describe your experience working with students from diverse backgrounds and abilities?
Yeah, so in my role, it's interesting because I can be working with students that have a wide range of learning challenges, a wide range of emotional abilities, come from very diverse family backgrounds, might be in the care of DCF in the state of Massachusetts. I've worked with students that are in Department of Youth Services that might have some criminal backgrounds, trauma backgrounds. And what I've really learned is that you have to really truly approach each student as their own individual person and find their strengths, right? And through that strengths, you start to identify how they approach life and their own diverse backgrounds.
From your perspective, what role do you believe a psychologist should play in promoting a positive mental health situation within the school community?
Oh, great question, Taylor. I think what we first have to do is look at the positives that are possible, right? So, from a mental health practitioner's perspective, we're all almost always looking at the negative, right? Like, what is getting in the way of success? What's this person's challenge? What's the impact of the negative side of the community they're in? Is there trauma? Is there stress? Was there COVID that impacted everyone? We're always looking at the negatives. I think what a psychologist can do is take that same developmental perspective of what helps people develop and overcome adversity, what helps them develop the resiliencies, and helps a high school develop the resiliencies to support kids. So taking the training that we have and really looking at it from a positive and a growth mindset, as opposed to what are the challenges that an individual or a system has.
What do you want people, students, staff, faculty, to know about your position in our school?
I think most importantly, and I would say this for any of the mental health professionals that work in education, we're here for everybody, right? Like, I think, some kids call me Steve, and a lot of the teachers know the kids that work with Steve, right? But there's a lot of students that I consult with, I work with, that will self-refer themselves to me, families that I know that I might not work, maybe I worked with a sibling, that anybody can access mental health services, whether it be to talk about a group dynamic in a classroom setting or just someone that just needs their first thought of insight into, hey, maybe there's something I need some support with, but that we're here for everybody. And it's not just, a special education student or someone on our caseloads.
And lastly, how can students reach you if they need support?
So they can always email me. I use the Google Messenger thing, and then they can always stop by. I get a lot of kids that'll just self-refer to me, come into my office, pretend they want to grab a mint or something. We end up talking. So I'm up on the second floor, right next to Miss Weber's room, and they can stop by at any time. Of full open door policy, and I'm here full time.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you,
today,
Taylor.
Mr. Howley.
Appreciate it.